Okay, so now we are on the next topic for the chapter 2 in our subject GEC 1. Right now we will discuss the four basic concepts of mathematics. So we have set, relation, function, and binary function. So right now we will discuss about relation. What is a relation? Let A and B sets. A relation R from A to B is a subset of A times B. Given an ordered pair XY in A times B, X is related to Y by R. Written X are Y if and only if XY is in R. The set A is called the domain of R and the set B is called its codomain. Ayan. So, as we go, sana maintindihan nyo lali ang relation. Ano? Sige, proceed tayo sa next. Ayan, meron tayong simplified version noong relation. A relation is a rule that pairs each element in one set called the domain with one or more elements from the second set called the range. It creates a set of ordered pairs. So we will show some examples on the next slides. So here are the examples. Let A equals 1 and 2, that is the element of the set A, and the element for set B is 1, 2, 3. And define a relation R from A to B as follows. Given any x, y is an element of A times B. X, y is an element of R means that x minus y over 2 is an integer. So that is the situation. Ano? Okay. So first, find A times B. So we have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So ipapartner lang natin yon doon sa yung element ng A doon sa element of B. Since ang element ng A natin is 1, 2 at element ng B is 1, 2, 3, partner muna natin yung 1 doon sa first element ng B, then second element, then third element. Ganon din doon sa second element ng A, partner natin siya per element ng B. Kung saan yun sa ating set A, yun yung magiging domain natin. At yun doon sa set B, that will be our range. To determine explicitly the composition of R, examine each ordered pair in A times B to see whether its elements satisfy the defining condition for R. So what is the condition for R? Means that x minus y over 2 is an integer. So we all know what is an integer, right? So an integer is any number, positive and negative numbers. Is fraction an integer? Let's see later on. Okay, once again, the elements doon sa ating A times B is 1, 1, then 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. To determine explicitly the composition of R, examine each ordered pair in A times B to see whether its elements satisfy the defining condition for R. Ayun, yun yung condition natin, yung binanggit ko kanina. So dun sa una, ang ating element is 1, 1. Okay? I-substitute nyo lang yung value ng x and y doon sa condition which is x minus y over 2, and try natin i-determine if that answer is an integer. 1 minus 1 over 2 equals 0 over 2 equals 0. So remember, kapag ang numerator ang 0, the answer is 0. Pero pag ang denominator is 0, the answer is undefined. 0 is considered as an integer. Next one, 1 and 2 is not an element of R because pag sinubstitute natin yung 1 minus 2 over 2, that will be negative 1 over 2, and that is negative 1 half. A fraction or a negative fraction, kahit pa yan may negative, pag yan ay fraction, hindi na siya considered as integer. Okay? The next one is 1 and 3 is an element of R because 1 minus 2 over 2 equals negative 2 over 2, and negative divide since pareho naman sila ng value, pag i-divide mo yan, the answer will be negative 1. So that is integer. Ayan. So gano'n lang gagawin nyo. Substitute lang doon sa condition. Tapos i-determine nyo lang based doon sa given condition kung i-consider ba natin if that is an element of R. Yan. Thus, so conclusion tayo. The element of R yung 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2. Okay. So para tayo nga nasa set builder notation kung sa sets na tinatawag natin. Yan yung question. Yes. Okay. No, kasi doon sa kanina. Yan. So what is the domain of R? The domain is 1 and 2. Okay. What is the codomain of R? Codomain is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now let's have this. The arrow diagram. Suppose R is a relation from a set A and set B. The arrow diagram for R is obtained as follows. First is represent the elements of A as points in one region and the elements of B as points in another region. Number 2, for each x in A and y in B, draw an arrow from x to y if and only if x is related to y by R. Ayan. Example natin. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to 1, 3, 5 and define the relation S and T from A to B as follows. Ayan. For all x and y, yung mga elements, is an element of A times B. Okay. Proven naman yon. Okay, how about this one? X, y is an element of S means that x is less than y. So T equals 2, 1, 2, 5. Okay. Okay, so yun yung sa diagram. Ayan, umulit-ulit. Ayan. So, kapag relation kasi pinag-uusapan, yung ating doon sa domain natin ay ilang beses siyang kinoconnect sa range na uulit. Ano? Ayan. Okay. 4 basic concepts of mathematics ulit. So, ulit tayo. Next tayo. So, magkadikit talaga tong topic na to. The relation and the function. Magkasunod lagi yan. A function f from a set A to a set B is a relation with domain A and codomain B that satisfies the following two properties. Okay, number 1. For every element x in A, there is an element y in B such that x, y is an element of F. Oh, almost the same lang din sa relation. So, observe nyo lang what is the difference. Ano? For all elements x in A and y and z in B, if x and y is an element of F, and x and z is an element of F, then y is equal to z. Okay. They're both range. Ano? Okay. So, let A is equal to 2, 4, 6, and B is equal to 1, 3, 5. So, kung sa ibang situation, ang ating element ng A is the first 3 even number. Doon naman sa B is the first 3 odd numbers. Which of the relations R, S, and T defined below are functions from A to B? Okay? So, dun sa A natin, 2, 5, 4, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5. B and C, nandyan. Okay. Meron tayong arrow diagram. Yan. So, again, ang sa function is dapat yon domain ay nakakonect lang siya ng isang beses doon sa range. Hindi na ulit si domain. Ano, katulad niyan. Yung 2 na kay 5, yung 4 na kay 1, yung 6 na kay 1 din. Okay lang na maulit si range basta wag si domain para mag-function. Ayan. Hindi naman siya literal as mag-function. Tawag lang talaga sa kanya is function. Ayan. So, okay. Try natin to. Okay, 2, 5, 4, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5. So, yun, umulit si domain. Ano? So, hindi dapat. For every element x in A, there is an element y in B such that x, y is an element of F. Yan. For all elements x in A and y and z in B, if x, y is an element of F and x, z is an element of F, then y is equal to z. R is not a function. Sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Yun lang yung mas simpleng explanation doon. Ano? Ulit kong binabanggit kanina about kay domain at kay range. Yun. 4 is domain, 1 and 3 are range. Now, dalawang beses na ulit si 4, therefore, hindi siya function. Kasi ang relationship, hindi na nag-function kapag dalawang beses na ulit. O may dalawang, yung isang tao is dalawa yung partner. Yan. Okay, how about this one? Based pa lang sa graph. Sige. For every element x in A, there is an element y in B such that y is an element of F. S is not a function. Okay. S is not a function. Why do you think so? Why do you think so? So, you need to consider yung mga nabanggit kanina. At yan nga, consider nyo yung nandiyan sa side. For every element x in A, there is an element y in B such that x, y is an element of F. Okay? So, kailangan i-consider yan. So, even though na yun yung sinabi ko na, but then S is still not a function considering yung fact na yan sa gilid. 6 is not related to any element in B. Yun. So yun. 6 is not related to any element in B. So that is the major reason why S is not a function. Okay. T is defined by the arrow diagram. Yan. So yun ulit. Yan. T is a function. Kasi sa graph pa lang din naman all elements. Yan, may relationship yung both regions. Ayan. Tapos kung may checklist is meron siya lahat ng checklist para ma-considered as function. Ayan, so now let's proceed with binary function. A binary operation in a set is a calculation involving two elements of the set to produce another element of the set. A binary operation using the symbol, yan, is defined to be para ano to, parang medyo related sa abstract algebra. Yan. Yan. A star B is equal to 3A plus B. Okay? Where A and B are real numbers. So for example, okay. Okay, that is the end of the second chapter. Hope you learned Okay, so we will proceed on the next topic for this chapter.